This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, it's the final week of high school sports, and we have highlights from the NorCal softball and baseball tournament. In baseball, you'll see Granite Bay in the Division II bracket. Valley Christian meets Whitney, and MCCLATCHY takes on MITTY.
You'll meet our players of the year for the spring season, and we will count down the top plays of the year. The finale of 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein. We start tonight with a first-round Division III NorCal matchup between Rio Americano and Sutter. The Rio Raiders fell just short of a section championship last week, but the Raiders still with a chance at a NorCal title as the 3 seed in Division III.
The Raiders take on Sutter in the first round. The Huskies won the D3 Northern Section title. Sutter will be in the Sac Joaquin section next year. So the Huskies taking on future section competitor Rio Americano in the first round on Tuesday. Rio Americano and Sutter facing off at Jesuit High School for the Division III Regionals. The Huskies with the bases loaded in the first. Andrew Hansen with a fly ball the opposite way, and that is far enough to score Leighton Tark from third, and the Huskies are on the board. But then it's the Raiders threatening in the third with 2 on. Davis Grawey with a bunt, and it is a good one. No one is going to get there. The bunt single loads him up for Ryan Christensen, and Ryan uses his head to bring in a run. The Raiders would go ahead later in the inning. Jacob Hergert slaps a base hit through the left side, scoring Grawey. It's 3-1 Rio. The Raiders again turning to the small ball. Sam Marr's bunt is perfect. He is safe at first, but Joey Diaz throws to catcher Landon Sable to nab the runner at home. Sutter now facing a 2-run deficit. They cut it in half on the Ryan Davis single to shallow right center. The Huskies are now 90 feet away from tying this game up. Ground ball to third baseman Grawey, and Jake Marr with an incredible pick at home, and the runner is out. Then starting pitcher Brady Wilson gets out of the inning with a strikeout. The lead still belongs to Rio. The Raiders extend the lead in the bottom of the fourth. Jake Marr with a line drive down the left field line that scores Kyle Wirtz and Davis Grawey. It's 6-3 Rio. But Sutter is not going down quietly. Landon Sable picks up Sutter's 4th run on the RBI single to left field, scoring Ryan Davis. 6-5 Rio, runner at first. He goes for the steal, but Jake Marr throws to second and catches the runner, stealing again. Rio gets out of the inning with its lead still intact. A big 5th inning for the Raiders bats. Aiden Monette singles on a ground ball up the middle, scoring Mario McManus and Jacob Hergert. The Raiders score 7 runs in the inning and aren't done. Wilson with a deep fly ball to left center, and that one hops the fence. That brings home Ryan Christensen and McManus. Rio goes up by 10, and that's how this one ends. 15-5 the final score. Rio would go on to face Alpha Charter in the semifinals.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Granite Bay Tuesday. The Grizzlies charging into the first round of NorCals on a 9-game winning streak as they host UKIAH in Division II. Nolan Lowry on the hill for the Grizz, and he has a sharp defense behind him. J.P. Smith, aggressive on the grounder, gets the out at second, and Brett Ott steers it along to first for the double play. Then Lowry closes the inning with a K, scoreless after a half inning. Bottom 1 now, a runner on first for Smith, and he shoots this to the right center field gap. Preston Fondren is going to shed his helmet on the sprint home, and he makes it to put the Grizzlies on top 1-0 on the RBI double from Smith. Next inning, same old story for Lowry, another strikeout and scoreless inning. The UKIAH defense, strong as well. Bottom 3, Austin Ford with a nice pick at third and the strong throw to first for the out. Pitching and defense was the name of the game in this one, and here's some more of the latter. Top 4, Jacob Garcia grabs this deep in the hole, and he gets the out at first. Garcia, one of the best around at short, and he's only a sophomore. Lowry would pitch 5 innings of one-hit ball. In comes Caden Hunter, and he picks right up where the starter left off, a strikeout to end the 6th. Then with 2 outs in the 7th, it's a K to end it, a combined 1-hitter for Granite Bay as they win it 1-0.
My fastball felt really good. Fastball felt firm. Defense really worked hard. Our offense was a little shabby, but we got that 1 run. Felt good. It was a tight game. A lot of energy. Felt really good.
Nick Pecoraro here with the inaugural NorCal softball tournament. Vista del Lago hosting Benicia of the North Coast section. Here we go. Panthers strike first as Kira Mason singles up the middle and brings home Robin Ball Mediano. And the next batter, Lorenza Marcacci, puts it in the same spot. That scores Ava Rojas, and it's 2-0 Benicia early. But Vista gets them right back in the bottom half. Charlize Kai crushes one off the bottom of the wall in deep center for a double. That puts runners at second and third with nobody out. The next batter, senior Sammy Smith, lines it out to right, but the throw home squirts away. Olivia Manchester comes in to score, and Kai is faster than the eye can see. She's right behind Manchester, and it's 2-2. Second inning, bases juiced for Benicia. Marcacci pops one up in the infield, but Vista can't come up with it cleanly. Ari Banks scores, and it's 3-2 Panthers. Bottom three. Eagles have two on for Bella Hess, and the sophomore shoots one into right. The ball gets away, 2-run score, and Vista is up 4-3. Same inning, a slow grounder is all Allison Morrissey needs to put Vista up 5-3. Meanwhile, Manchester had a career-high 13 strikeouts in the circle, and she got some defensive help in the sixth. Pop fly to center. Charlize Kai lays out for it, showing off the glove. That was a haiku, by the way, and that keeps Vista up 5-3 heading into the seventh. But here comes Benicia. Two on for Denise Poletic. That gets by the right fielder, and the tying runs come in to score. Vista just needs one out to keep it tied, but Ari Banks cashes in on the game-winning run. 6-5 is the final. Vista ends its season with a school record 24 wins and its first Sac Joaquin Section Championship.
Time now for the Players of the Week. These players are chosen for their standout performances from games played last week. Our first Player of the Week is Dakota Kennedy from Sheldon. The Huskies brought some serious power to the Division I Section Championship game. Dakota hit 2 bombs, bringing in 3 runs in the 7-1 win. Dakota will play next year at the University of Arizona.
Our second Player of the Week is Gus Tofanelli. Calaveras won the Division IV section title last week. Gus racked up 4 RBIs in the win. He was 3 for 5 at the plate with a 2-run bomb. Gus Tofanelli and Dakota Kennedy, this week's Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
There's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
A healthy and balanced diet provides many benefits, including increased muscle strength and endurance. But more recently, we are developing an understanding of the importance of sleep and its effect on an athlete. Recent sports medicine studies suggest that a lack of sleep can put the athlete at higher risk for musculoskeletal injury, as well as an increase in the intensity and length of post-concussion symptoms. With schoolwork, sports, friends, and family all requiring time out of the day for a student athlete, it is sleep that is often sacrificed. Having a consistent sleep schedule and even a 30-minute nap during the day will help your athletic performance.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, it's Whitney in the first round of the Division I NorCal playoffs.
Then it's Del Oro meeting Granada of Livermore in softball as 49ers Sac-Hi Sports rolls along.
Hurry in to Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. For a limited time, save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or queen for a twin. Plus a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchases up to a $4.99 value. Or get up to 60% off our wide selection of top-rated brands, like Sealy Queen mattresses starting at $279.99 or Sleepy's at $169.99. In stock for fast delivery with our low price guarantee. Only at Mattress Firm.
Our first SunPower Electric game tonight matches up one of the best teams from the Sacramento area with one of the best teams from the Bay Area. The Whitney Wildcats won the Division I Sac Joaquin Section title last week with a 2-1 win over McClatchy.
And Whitney taking on Valley Christian from San Jose in the Division I NorCal bracket. The Warriors with a notoriously strong program led by longtime head coach John Diotti. Whitney and Valley Christian is our first SunPower Electric game. Our Mark Willis was there.
Electric game. Growing up in San Jose, you quickly learned that the West Catholic Athletic League is one of the toughest leagues to compete in. 15 some odd years later, I find myself in Sacramento, where the Sierra Foothill League is just as competitive. It's fitting that these two teams from these leagues will meet in the opening round of the NorCal playoffs. Whitney has elected to not start Jace Gilmore after throwing over 100 pitches last week versus McClatchy. Instead, they go with 9-game winner Gavin McClendon. The Cardiac Cats don't rely on one player. They have several who have stepped up in different times of the season. As for VC, led by legendary head coach John Diotti, who won his 700th game earlier in the month, he will roll out players like Michael Castaneda, Easton Kreschel, and Jacob Hudson, who have been key players for this team. It's the WCAL versus the SFL in the SunPower Electric game. There's Gavin McClendon on the bump for Whitney as his counterpart Michael Castaneda throwing the pill for the Warriors. And the VC strikes first. Jacob Hudson shoots the pitch back up the box and into center for a single. That plates Easton Kreschel, and the Warriors lead it 1-0. Whitney answers right back in the bottom half of the inning. Tyler Allen lifts a fly to center, deep enough for Dylan Castellanos to score, and we are tied at 1. To the second we go. Whitney takes the lead here on this signal by Luke Euler. To center it goes. Motoring in is Sam Thawley. 2-1 Wildcats. But the Warriors would tie it back up in the third. There's that Hudson guy again. Same hit basically up the box to center, but this time it scores Hunter Fujimoto from second. Rough inning for the Wildcats in the fourth as VC puts up a 4 spot, all with 2 outs. And again, it's the Hudson Hornet back up at the plate, and again he singles to center, and that will bring in Fujimoto and Joshua Miami. And the VC Warriors break things open 6-2. It's now 7-3. Whitney down 4. McClendon chops the ball in the hole. He's safe at first. And on the play, Jacob Peace scores. It's now a 3-run ball game. Can the Cardiac Cats do it again? Bomb in the 7th now. Bases loaded for Whitney, down 3. But Valley Christian gets the last 3 outs, leaving the bases loaded for Whitney. And the fairy tale season has come to an end. So many records were broken and so many firsts for this Wildcats team, as all they can do now is look to next year. As the Valley Christian Warriors move into the NorCal semis, here's Jace Gilmore.
We made school history. It's obviously the best year Whitney High School's ever had. It's amazing for us. I mean, we're going to try to bounce back and do even better next year, go even farther if we can.
One last time for the SunPower Electric game, I'm Mark Willis, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Luke Galindo coming at you from Del Oro High School as the Eagles look to dance their way through this D1 regional bracket, starting with their matchup against Granada High School. Olivia Robinson gets things started early for Del Oro. She hits a bomb over the center field wall to take a 1-0 lead in the first. The Eagles with another powerful hit that looks like it's on its way out of here, but center fielder Michaela Winchell with an amazing catch to bring it back into play and save a run. Del Oro still on offense with the runner on second. Caroline Grimes lines one to the left field wall, which scores Delaney Osborne from second. Del Oro now leads 2-0 at the end of the fourth. Granada now looking to get on the board. They have a runner on second in the top of the fifth. Lauren Deplich bloops one into shallow left, which is able to score Winchell from second. Granada now only trail by 1 in the bottom of the fifth. But Del Oro is threatening to extend that lead. With runners on first and second, the pitcher Caroline Grimes shoots one down the third base line and into left field to score Haley Engelbrecht from second. Grimes now has 2 RBIs on 2 hits in this game, on top of a dominant pitching performance. Runners on the corners for the Eagles. Kalia Lugowski lines it up the middle, allowing Gabriel Enyart to trot into home. Del Oro now leads 5-1 at the end of the sixth. Last chance for Granada in the top of the 7th. Center fielder Enyart makes a great catch on the run to close this one out. Del Oro wins 5-1 and moves on to semifinals to play Clovis High School Thursday.
Coming up, you'll meet our North Players of the Year for the spring season.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section softball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month. this is definitely one of the best investment we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We are wrapping up the area's first full spring season since 2019. There was such great talent strewn throughout the section this year. It was exciting to see these athletes in action.
We had the tough task of choosing our players of the year for the spring season. There were so many talented athletes to choose from, so the decision was not easy, but we did it. So here are the North Players of the Year.
Let's give it up for our fantastic Spring Players of the Year for the North.
Malcolm Moore, McClatchy.
Starting us off is the heavy hitter for McClatchy, our North Player of the Year. Malcolm Moore, the menace at or behind the plate, led McClatchy all the way to the section title game. But he says it's not just him that makes these Lions roar.
Yeah, it's definitely our team chemistry. I mean, you can have great players, but we're a great team, and that team chemistry has definitely taken us as far as we can go so far.
The Lions senior is hitting .542 with 50 RBIs. He's also added 13 home runs, good for 11th in the nation. Safe to say Stanford is getting the talent next year.
It was just the full package for me. I mean, the coaches, Coach Esker, Coach Eager, they were awesome the whole time, and the school is the full package. It's basically an Ivy League school, and I mean, there's nothing really you could say bad about anything about Stanford.
Jace Gilmore, Whitney.
Jace Gilmore is our North Baseball Pitcher of the Year. The ace for the Cardiac Cats lives for the pressure that comes with being a dominant pitcher in the Sierra Foothill League.
I've always liked the pressure. It's just like fun for me because it's just like another game. You're just going about your business, so I like it.
In the SJS playoffs, we saw plenty of upsets, but Whitney wasn't one of them. A 4-run comeback in the first round against St. Mary's, the Wildcats never buckled under the pressure to secure their first section title in school history.
No win is really guaranteed, so you just have to fight till that last out. And the pressure, you just got to keep playing. Like, you can't let it get to you, catch up to you, stuff like that.
Just a junior for the Whitney Wildcats, Jace says the support from everyone means the most to him.
I think the best part is just like your support, just like my family, my coaches, my friends, they've all just helped me through the way, just pushed me through this, and I think that's a big part of why.
On to the North section, co-players of the year.
Grace Jenkins. Hope Jenkins.
Oh yeah, did I mention they were twins?
St. Francis.
The senior battery for the Troubadours led St. Francis all the way to the section championship.
This senior year, we just said we're gonna ball out, and I think that made it super special.
They may look alike, and so do their stats. Grace Jenkins hit .494 with 34 RBIs and 11 home runs, while Hope hit .513 with 29 RBIs and 7 dingers to go along with a 24-3 record as a starting pitcher in her senior year.
Coming in the senior year, you're finishing it out strong with my twin, and especially the two other seniors that we started on varsity with our freshman year. I think it's been great to be able to push through COVID and finish off strong and put St. Francis back on the map.
The Jenkins twins get to keep the connection playing softball at UConn and couldn't be more excited.
So to be able to go play at the next level with her, I mean, I'm bringing a part of me with me.
We were definitely very, very excited and blessed, and we couldn't be more excited to play under a great coach.
Aisa Silva, Oak Grove.
If you haven't heard of her, allow me to introduce our North Softball Pitcher of the Year. If you have heard of her, well, she may have struck you out.
People will ask me after the game, how many strikeouts you get, but I never know. I don't really pay attention to that. I'm kind of just in the zone in the game.
Aisa Silva has turned heads as just a junior. The star pitcher for Elk Grove tallied 320 strikeouts this season, good for third in the entire section. Aisa says she didn't start wanting to be a pitcher, but fell in love with it at an early age.
Definitely when I was 7, I've always been left-handed, so they were kind of always like, why don't you try pitching? Because I did actually want to be a utility player, but once I started pitching, I definitely fell in love with it and kept going with it.
Elk Grove season may be over, but they sure made their mark.
I think we're growing with each other and being able to go in next year. Everybody's a little older, a little stronger. I definitely think we'll be top notch next year.
Emma Fallon, Folsom.
Emma Fallon is our North Scholar Athlete of the Year. She sports a 4.0 GPA, all while going 10-1 and leading Folsom to an SFL championship. How does she do it?
Time management is how I'm successful on and off the field, and especially in the classroom. I think working effectively in time management is how I'm able to manage both my school life and athletic life.
The pressure has always been there, but to Emma, it's a privilege.
What it means to me is that to be expected of something is a gift, and those pressures that come from being expected means a lot to me, because growing up, I wasn't always the best pitcher. I wasn't, you know, the #1 in the spotlight. I don't care if it's Del Oro and it's our high school season, or if it's our travel ball season, or soon to be college. I mean, I want that, and for me, I live for it, and it's something I live with on and off the field. So,
celebrating a league title, she says this year meant a lot.
This team is definitely something special to me, and I think it's because we've gotten so close. I mean, not only are they teammates, they're my friends now, and I think that's definitely being shown on the field right now.
McClatchy taking the drive down to the Bay Area to face second-seeded Archbishop Mitty in the D2 semifinals. Mitty's pitching was superb from the jump. Antonio Cabrera with 2 strikeouts in the first. Bottom of the inning, Elijah Ramos smokes this ball to left field, and that one is over the fielder's head. Ramos with a stand-up double. 3 batters later, Jaron Advincula hits a soft grounder. Jaron uses his speed to leg out a base hit. That scores Ramos. It is 1-0 Mitty. Gabe Henderson with a quality start on the mound, getting one of his 5 strikeouts to end the second. Top 4, Jalen Hodges gets the Lions' first hit of the day. It's a seeing-eye ground ball up the middle, but Mitty's reliever, Kyle Skritsky, gets out of the inning with one of his 6 strikeouts. Then in the bottom of the inning, Advincula leads off the inning with a base knock to right center. A 2-hit day for the junior. 2 batters later, Jaron is on second when TJ Hayes hits a long fly ball to right center, and that splits the fielders. Hayes makes his way into second with the double as Advincula scores. Mitty would score once more in the inning to lead it 3-0. Top of the 7th, still same score. Alex Hawking grabs McClatchy's second hit of the day, and McClatchy is in business. Skritsky pitching for the ground ball, and he gets just that. Advincula to David Estrada to Danny Scudero. 2 outs, and Kyle ends the game with his 6th strikeout. Mitty advances to the first ever NorCal Division II final game with the 3-0 win. McClatchy finishes its outstanding season with a 29-5 record.
Coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, the softball Division IV first-round game with DIXON and Woodland Christian.
But first, here is this week's Spirit Corner featuring the Laguna Creek cheer team.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like the Tracy Family Resource Center, who serve the local community. To reach our goal, we'll donate $50 for every vehicle sold. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever has been extended. Right now, get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $500 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 instant gift in stock for immediate delivery. And get 0% interest for 60 months. Only at Mattress Firm.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Back at the NBC Sports studio here at Levi's Stadium, the DIXON softball team has not lost a game since March. The Rams are 22-1-1 on the season and are coming off an SJS Division IV title.
DIXON takes on fellow section opponent Woodland Christian to start its NorCal run. We scour the section for the perfect match on the field, just like Mattress Firm helps you find a mattress that is your perfect match. DIXON and Woodland Christian is this week's Mattress Firm perfect match.
Let's get right into the Mattress Firm perfect match. Felicia Lipinski back in the circle for DIXON, but we start with the Rams up to bat. Audrey Graham, not a bad start. Hits it oppo to Emily Garcia, who's unable to track it down in an inside-the-park home run. What a way to start up the game. Then Felicia gets something going. The shot up the middle puts another Ram on base with a stand-up double, and for good reason, because the queen of RBIs is up next to bat. The three-sport athlete Brianna Humphreys smacks one to deep center field. That one is gone. The two-run shot puts DIXON up 3-0 after 1 inning. Still in the first, DIXON adding to their lead. Eamon Rosenberger scoots one into right field for the base hit to bring in yet another run, and the Rams are leading the charge 4-0. Then it was time for Lipinski to go to work in the circle. She strikes out Macy Timothy in the second. Woodland Christian said they needed to start hitting at some point, though, and here's one. Alexis Wise sneaks one through, but Felicia wouldn't give the Cardinals any ground on Monday. She strikes out Belle Pulley right here, and no damage done, at least against the Rams. But in the third, Lipinski does the damage for DIXON. A two-run shot for Felicia to deep right center, and the catch, no! All that effort for a parent for a red hand and a missed opportunity. You'll get them next time. 6-0 now in the fourth we go. Bree back at the dish. She smokes one down the third base side for the RBI single as Felicia comes on in to score, and the DIXON Rams are rolling in this one. Woodland Christian showed some fight in that inning, though. Ashley Garcia rips one to right, but Addie Huiskins, a great catch by Addie for the out, as DIXON adds 6 more runs, so it's all up to Felicia to close things out, and she does it in style. 2 more strikeouts for her and a complete game shutout as DIXON moves on in the D4 tournament. I caught up with those rowdy Rams after a 12-0 win.
Parker Ream here in your Mattress Firm perfect match. DIXON gets the win. All right, we head over to Felicia. She had a pretty solid day in the circle and a home run to go along with it. What was working well for you guys starting off fast?
We all were cheering. We were all being really loud. We came together. Like, it was just a really fast game that we came off start. Like, it was just a really good game.
Bree also followed that up with a 2-run home run and a pretty good day at the plate herself. You guys are section champions and now head on further in this regional tournament. What are the expectations for this team?
We feel like we can do it, you know, going this far and this with this amazing team. We really feel like we can make it all the way to state championship game.
Who knows if we'll see DIXON in that championship game. We head over to Maddie, catching for Felicia. What can you say about this group of girls?
They're amazing. We all work really well together. We always love having fun together, and we all just, it's always fun when we're on the field, and I would never have another senior year again like this. I would never choose another group of girls, so it's been great.
Well, it's been a pretty good year, the first section title in school history, and a 12-0 win. I think you guys got to let them know one more time. Come on.
Yeah! Lowell from SF making the 108-mile trek down to Modesto to take on top-seeded Big Valley Christian in D5 softball. I'm Mark Willis. Lowell loads them up, and the top of the first, but Ava Hernandez is able to settle down and pitch her way out of the jam by getting the whiff. Bottom of the first, and Trinity Beers on first, and Cecily Fontana crushes the pitch down the left field line. Fair ball. Trinity is in, and we have ourselves the first score of the game going to Big Valley. Bottom of the second, Annie Bourne for Big Valley, and she dumps the pitch into center for a hit. Coming to the score is Bryn McWilliams, and the Lions lead it 3-0. Olivia Nelson on third with Ava Hernandez up, and she helps her own cause out, smashing the ball to the left. It's going to score Nelson, and Ava sees the light, and the light's calling for her to go home. She does. It is a 6-0 ball game. 2 batters later, steps up Trinity Beers and cheers to her as she hits a rocket to left into the trees, and it's gone. 8-0 now. That's Beers' third of the season. It was 9 degrees at game time in Modesto, and the heat seemed to be taking effect on the SF players. On with the show, with 2 more runs coming in on this hit by Brianna Rice. That plates Rachel Schmidt and Fontana. 10-0 for the Lions. In the third inning, Fontana smashed another one to the fence, her second extra base hit of the game. Beers comes in to score another run for the Lions. And Big Valley Christian putting the finishing touches on as Schmidt hits another gap in the left. Fontana comes in to score. And after all the dust settles, Big Valley Christian beats Lowell 15-1. And your Lions are the D5 NorCal champions.
I feel like in the years past it hasn't been as much fire as we have this year, and this year everyone shows up, everyone's here to play, and everyone's here to win.
Coming up, you'll meet our Players of the Year from the South.
Then it's DIXON softball playing for a NorCal title against Monterey. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back. Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. Time to meet the other half of our Players of the Year from the spring. Before we do, we want to thank all of our athletes for attending our awards banquet 2 weeks ago. It was great to see all of them dressed up with big smiles.
They were looking good.
They were looking very sharp.
All of them. Here they are, the South Players of the Year.
Time now to head on down south for our Players of the Year.
Max Ortega, St. Mary's High School.
St. Mary's man behind the plate leads off our awards as the South Baseball Player of the Year. Max hit over 400 this season with 7 home runs and 25 RBI, in addition to his duties behind the plate, where he only made 1 error the whole season.
I've always liked the gritty part of the game, the hard-nosed part, being a leader and a captain behind there. It's always been me. I'm not too vocal. I like to lead by example, so it's a great position for me to lead my team, call pitches, and really help my team out back there.
Max's baseball career will not end as the backstop for the Tri-City Athletic League champs. He signed on with Cal State Fullerton, the 4-time College World Series champions.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I'm really excited for the next chapter of my life, being able to play at Fullerton, great historic school, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Gavin Farina, Christian.
We head a little farther south for our Pitcher of the Year. Gavin Farina had an immaculate regular season, 9-0, a 0 ERA, and 5 no-hitters. All this just a year removed from having Tommy John surgery that wiped out his sophomore season.
For freshman year, I could barely hit 80, which was not bad, but after, my arm wouldn't feel the best, and after surgery, now I'm up to 89, and I feel like my arm is just feels like rubber arms. The next day I'm ready to go. So
Gavin has been ready to go every time he's been given the ball. In the regular season, opponents hit .038 off of him. That's 6 hits the entire season, and he kept it going in the postseason, leading his Eagles to their first sectional championship in school history. It's been quite a year for Gavin, and the junior says he's excited to win this award in his first year being able to pitch a full season.
It's kind of just working out by myself, just trying to get better, and no one really knew how good I was to say, so it felt good to step on the mound and finally just let everything speak for itself.
Delaney Everett, Oakdale High School.
To the softball diamond now, and our Player of the Year can do a lot of everything for her Mustangs. Delaney Everett can swing it, as evidenced by her .451 average and 6 homers, and she's just as impressive in the circle with a .47 ERA.
I've been playing since I was, I don't know how little, since I was 4. Pitching has always been one of the main goals that I strive to be good at, as well as hitting and playing defense as well.
Not surprisingly, plenty of colleges were interested in Delaney, but she says Mississippi State stood out above the rest.
I went out there, that was my first visit, and when everyone says, when you know, that's true. I knew, and I was like, okay, I'm going to these other schools to cancel them off, not to go there.
Randy Rowling, Central Catholic.
Our South Pitcher of the Year has some serious standards for herself. Randy Rowley was dominant in the circle, an ERA just over .5 with a penchant for punch-outs. The Cal Berkeley commit struck out 63% of the batters she faced in the regular season, but if you ask Randy, it should have been more.
I have a set strikeout goal that I have every game, and that's 16 plus. The random number, but it's 16 strikeouts a game plus. I'm not joking. I get mad. I'm like, Dad, how many strikeouts? He goes 15. I'm like, I get a little mad.
But it was only happy thoughts for Randy when she was named our South Pitcher of the Year.
And I see Randy Rowling Pitcher of the Year, and I was like, whoa. I was like, what did I just see? And so I was like, calling Mom, I was like, Mom, come look at Instagram, I got Pitcher of the Year. And my dad called my dad, he goes, what? Send me it. And I was like, it was just a whole oh my God, what the heck? When I saw that, and I was like, oh my God, everything's like paid off.
Christian Green, Lathrop High School.
We close things out with our scholar athlete, and it's none other than Lathrop's heavy hitter on the volleyball court. Christian Green leads the section in hitting percentage and led Lathrop to their first ever sectional title. Pretty good results for a guy who committed fully to volleyball just a year ago.
I've been playing basketball too since I was younger, so when I got to high school and I met Coach Toa, it was really when I decided that I felt like volleyball was just my sport. So last year I actually decided to drop basketball completely and just completely focus on volleyball. And ever since then I felt like everything has just went uphill.
Christian sports a 4.0 GPA and will play volleyball in college at St. Mary of the Woods in Indiana. And even though he'll be half a country away, Christian says his mind will often be on home.
Throughout my college career, I will never forget this high school and my friends that I met here, though they're not really my friends anymore, they're like my family at this point. And I'll never forget them and what they've done for me. They helped me grow as a person, as well as they helped me grow academically and athletically.
Parker Ream out at Dixon for the D4 NorCal State Championship game. Bring out the rally hats. Felicia Lipinski in the circle once more. She strikes out Gia Roth in the first inning, and the Rams are rolling as usual early. The freshman ace Ella Myers in the circle for Monterey, and she is as dominant as they come, striking out Felicia in the bottom of the first. So we head to the second. The Toreadors break through. Easton Jennings, another freshman, hits an oppo down the first base line to score Darcy Fisher and slide in for a double herself. Then it's Jordan Chupanich who hits a looper into center, perfectly placed, I guess, in between four Dixon fielders for the hit, and it's 2-0 Doors as another run comes in to score. Sticking in the second, Katrina Manufatoa slaps one up the middle for the base hit to plate 2 more runs, and Monterey goes up 4-0. Trying to get out of the inning without any more damage done, Ella loops one into foul territory, but Ashley Garcia ranges over and makes a tough catch to get the out. Nice play there. We head to the third. Dixon trying to get on the board. Audrey Graham makes contact up the middle, and Caitlin Hendershot is heading home. You know there's a play at the plate coming, but the throw is well in time, and Katrina applies the tag for the out. So we head to the fourth. Monterey gets it going. Again, Katrina hits it to left, and that'll roll all the way to the fence. Another run comes around to score, and suddenly the 2-seeded Doors lead number 1 seed Dixon 5-0. We head to the sixth. Brianna Humphreys doing her best to keep her team in it. In her senior year, she smacks this one over the left field fence for the dinger. She's been so good for the Rams all year. Nevertheless, Dixon trails by 4 heading into the final frame. In the final inning, another nice play by Humphreys. The flip from Graham Debris onto first for the double play. So it all comes down to the final 3 outs. And with 2 outs, Audrey grounds into a force out at second. And the Monterey Doors shut the door and celebrate the first ever D4 NorCal Regional Championship. 5-1 with the win over Dixon.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Tyler Allen from Whitney. The junior Wildcat sports a very impressive 4.0 GPA.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, Central Catholic and Lincoln of Stockton squaring off.
Then it's Bradshaw Christian taking on St. Mary's of Albany in the D4 semifinals when we come back.
Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever has been extended. Right now, get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $500 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 instant gift in stock for immediate delivery. And get 0% interest for 60 months. Only at Mattress Firm.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
We got next, we ready to flex, we're ready to rock, headed to the top. We got next, can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got.
Kennedy Schoenauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got. We got next, number 1, numero uno, front page in the news, yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym, harder
Central Catholic fell just short of section titles, but both teams are still alive after first-round wins in the NorCal Division II bracket.
The Trojans and Raiders meet in the semifinal round on Thursday. The winner will play for the NorCal title on Saturday. It is our second SunPower Electric game tonight. Brian Mueller was there.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, both of these teams are coming off 8-run wins in the first round of regionals, and they will now meet in our SunPower Electric game with a trip to the D2 Championship on the line. This will be the third meeting this season between Lincoln and Central Catholic, with the Raiders narrowly winning both of those matchups back in March. Speaking of 6th seed Central Catholic, they are of course led by our South Pitcher of the Year, Randy Rolling. She's coming off a game where she struck out 17 and also homered. As for the 2 seed Trojans, they have a good one in the circle as well. Peja Gould, who has 17 wins and an ERA just north of 1. The stage is set for our SunPower Electric game. This one should be a pitcher's duel, but the Trojans are threatening with 2 on in the first, but no problem for Randy. She gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the threat. Top 2 now, and it's the Raiders' turn to have a couple runners on, but this might look familiar. 1 strikeout, 2 strikeouts for Peja, and we're still scoreless. There wasn't much contact being made by either team, and when there was, the defense was solid. Addison Machado gobbles up this grounder and makes the play at first in the 4th. But Lincoln was not to be outdone. Daniela Hunter snatches the high hopper and gets the out at first for 2 down in the 5th. But the Raiders would put together a 2-out rally and load the bases. Rolling hits this out to center, but here comes Olivia Holtz, and she makes a game-saving diving catch in center, and it is still 0-0 after 4.5. Bottom 7 now, Rolling with yet another strikeout, and that will send us into extras. Let's skip ahead to the 9th, and Central Catholic has something cooking. Reagan Dickens trying to bunt the runner over to second, but the throw is off the mark. Everybody is safe. CC would then load the bases with nobody out, but the Trojan hurler was as good as Gould under pressure. She gets back-to-back Ks, then a pop-up in foul ground, and the Trojans escape with the game still tied. Bottom 9, nobody on for Hunter, and it was indeed the night of the Hunter. She blasts off to right center and gone. A walk-off home run. Lincoln only had 2 hits on the night. Both were from Hunter, and she sends Lincoln into the championship game, 1-0 the final. Gould and Rolling combined for 31 strikeouts.
Going up to the bat, I was just thinking base hit, just get on base any way I can. You know, the home run was nice, but thinking about just being on base any way I can help my team.
This is probably the best game of my career, probably, like the most exciting for sure. I'm excited for us. We're a great team this year, and so we're trying to make the most of this season.
The Trojans advance to play Benicia in the championship game Friday, and we will have those highlights later on in the show. Reporting in Stockton for the SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Parker Ream at Bradshaw Christian in the D4 NorCal Regional Semifinal. Daryl Johnson got the start, and he was dominant on the mound. He gets the strikeout to end the first inning, and he is feeling loose. Evan Kleinhahn's on the mound for St. Mary's of Albany, and he did well too. Evan strikes out Joseph Grandchamp to match Cheryl's strikeout to end the first inning. With the bases loaded in the bottom of the second, Kleinhahn's made his first mistake. Malachi Miller wears this one with pride for the Pride to bring in the first run of the game, 1-0. Then next batter, John Weiser, and how wise of him to let this ball bounce in the dirt. The pass ball brings in Cole Spake, and Bradshaw Christian scores 2 runs on only 1 hit. Top 3 now. Daryl looking to continue his hot start. He did just that, striking out Derek Bedford. And let me tell you, this kid is not lacking in confidence. Bottom 4 now. Both teams trying to keep the bats at bay. Plays like this one from Elijah James will do just that. Nice catch from his knees in the outfield. With plays like that, it was a pitcher's duel in the next few innings, so we head to the bottom of the 6th. This is when the Pride started to run. Ethan Rickard lays down a perfect bunt. The throw on to first, but the ball is away, and Spake comes on in to score 3-0. And they weren't done there. Landon Carter now at the dish, and he grounds one just past Tristan Huerta's outstretched glove, and that'll bring in Ethan all the way from second to push the lead to 4-0. And they certainly tacked on to that lead. Fast forward in the inning, bases loaded, and Micah Nicholson draws the walk to bring in Isaac Anderton. Bradshaw Christian adds 6 in the 6th to lead 8-0. St. Mary's made a push in the 7th, though, down to their final 3 outs. Runner on third and a pass ball means a play at the plate. Tag is late, and the call is safe. Panthers score 2 runs, but Darrell was determined to end this on his terms. He strikes out 2 in the top of the 7th, part of a complete game for him, only giving up 3 hits and striking out 6 as Bradshaw Christian advances to play Calusa on Saturday. Darrell says this group of boys is special.
We just have a lot of chemistry. We're very charismatic with each other. We have we're the really tight squad. These are my boys back here. I love these boys.
Let's go! Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi-Sports.com. We will send you the entire game digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated on scores, news, and so much more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. Coming up, we will count down our top 10 plays of the year.
Then you'll see Lincoln of Stockton softball and Bradshaw Christian battle for the NorCal Championship when we come back.
As the first season of 49ers Sac-Hi Sports comes to a close, we look back at some of the best plays of the year from the spring season.
That's right. We had some amazing catches, dives, flips, and throws, so let's count them down. Here are the top 10 plays of the year from the spring.
All right, Aubrey, predictably starting out at number 10. You know, baseball is hard enough as it is without having to dodge people like us with cameras, but Tyler James from Vanden does just that on this pop fly in foul ground, and it ends the game to boot.
To number 9, no cameras to dodge, but still a high degree of difficulty. ABUEG from St. Francis comes flying in to make the catch in left and get some well-deserved congrats from her teammates.
Let's stay in left field for number 8. Lydia Algier from East Union tracks down this blooper, full extension on the catch to rob the slapper.
Let's head inward to the infield for number 7. Angel Valdez hits the grounder, throws from foul ground, gets the out. Shades of Brooks Robinson there for the Sierra sophomore.
And we're going to stay in the same game for number 6. This time it's Marysville's Cole Tyler showing off. The shortstop not only gloves this, but fires a rocket to first to get the out.
Now to the top 5. We are staying on the diamond, but going back to the outfield. Tristan Ogles from Oakmont, charging in hard and right, makes the catch, doing it with the backhand. And just in case you didn't believe it, he shows you the ball. Well done.
Number 4 is another robbery in right. Franklin Zach McCarter was a regular contributor to our plays of the week, but this might have been the best one. Maximum extension on this catch from Zach.
To number 3, another play from Vanden. Darrell Dilworth Jr. with the catch of the year in baseball. Take another look. That is a home run. He brings back Dilworth, more than worthy of one of the top plays.
Number 2, this is the outfield play of the year in softball. Kayliana DePerio from Kimball isn't going to let something trivial like a fence get in the way of catching the ball. Goes up and over, an outstanding play.
But our play of the year comes from Del Oro's Jenna Birch. A diving stop at second, the glove flip, and the double play. That was fan-voted play of the year for 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. Congratulations, Jenna. That is the play of the year.
Brian Mueller here again in Stockton Friday as Lincoln goes for the D2 NorCal crown against Benicia. Scoreless bottom 1, the Trojans playing a little small ball with a runner on second. Jordan Hayes drops the bunt down and everyone is going to be safe, so we have runners on the corners. That sets up nicely for Daniela Hunter, who has a productive out here, driving in a run on the ground out, and it's 1-0. A runner on third now for Peja Gould, another grounder. This time the Panthers going for the out at home, but Hayes with some Willie Mays Hayes speed is in safely to make it 2-0. Later in the inning, 2 on for Maya Pamplona, and she pounds this to center for a 3-run shot into the tree. She is just a freshman and gets one of the biggest hits of the season for the Trojans. It's 5-0 in the first. That's a really big lead when Gould is in the circle. Business as usual for the Trojan senior. She ends the second with a K, sitting down the first 6 batters. Bottom 2, a runner on for Hunter. She hit the walk-off home run Thursday, and she stays hot on Friday. Another long ball, that's a 2-run shot. Lincoln now leads 7-0, and the Lincoln junior has a pretty good glove as well. A nice pick at third, gets the out to keep the Panthers scoreless in the fourth. It's 7-1 now in the sixth. Benicia trying to add on, but they hit it to the wrong place. Olivia Holtz, the walking web gem in center, comes up with another diving catch. Seems like she does that every day. Top 7, Panthers down to their final out, and there it is. Lincoln is your D2 champions. 7-1 the final. Gould allows just 3 hits. Here's her battery mate after the game.
As a freshman, like, starting on varsity just feels so unreal. Like, yeah. And having a great pitcher by your side, too.
There they are, the 33-0 Colusa Redhawks taking on Bradshaw Christian and David Weiser, who's making his second appearance of the season in the championship game. Top of the first, Bradshaw Christian gets it going. Micah Nicholson chops a grounded past the infield and into right. That brings in Malachi Fuller and Dylan Wood, and the Pride are filled with joy early. Then Joe Grandchamp steps up, and the Manly man smacks a single to right. Nicholson comes in to score, and it's now 3-0. 2 more Pride players on the bases for Big Jackson Takahashi, who really gets into this one. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Takahashi smash has Cole Spake and Grandchamp coming in to score, and it's now 5-0. We're still in the first. The nightmare inning for Colusa continues as Fuller steps back and goes with the pitch to right. That brings in Takahashi and Ethan Rickards. 7-0 Pride on top. Bottom 1, Coach Takahashi wanted to keep his infield intact. Here's why. What a play by Malachi Fuller in midair. In the third, Bradshaw Christian tacks on another run as Rickards steps in with the bases loaded and hits a sac fly to right. That plays Grand Champ, and it's now 8-0 Pride on top. Bradshaw Christian adds another run here as Cole Spake steals third. The throw gets away, and that brings in the Pride's 9th and final run. With 1 out remaining, shortstop Micah Nicholson makes a great play to end the game, and that's it. Bradshaw Christian, your Sierra Valley Conference champs, the SJSD5 champs, and now Northern California's Division IV champions. Malachi Fuller, what can you say about this team?
Hey, my guys right over here to my left, that's what's going through my mind. They were great teammates the whole year. We worked really hard to get to here, and 4 hours a day after school, 4 hours a day on the weekends. It never stops, so I'm proud of my guys over here.
Coming up, we'll choose the play of the week. This could be the play of the week, maybe not.
But first, let's take a look at our final Sac Joaquin section top 10 baseball poll.
Time now for our final play of the week.
It's the madman Mark Willis counting them down and then naming the final play of the week for this season.
Eliza James from St. Mary's in the East Bay. I'm stealing Cal High stuff, but it's a great play. This has become a weekly thing with Gabby Enyart making great plays for Del Oro. Hey, Gabby, we'll see you next year. Another Cal High would-be play of the week. It's Michaela Winchell robbing this home run. Wow. Show me it one more time. Beautiful. But the play of the week goes to Vista Del Lago's Charlize Kai with the diving catch. Oh, baby, what a great play. And why don't you have a great summer?
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this year. We are extremely grateful to all of our viewers and sponsors for making our first season so memorable. So signing off for the final time this year, I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Brownstein, and thanks everybody so much for watching us this year. We were sure that the Sacramento market would be ripe for this kind of show. A little bit different, a little bit quirky, but it worked out, and so many people joined on and watched. So thank you so much for joining us, and I can say now we will be back next year for our first show on August 21st. We will see you then.